lap on the board, coming through the final chicane with 45 seconds remaining. One final lap to go.
We call it comfortable, but the not comfortable enough to afford the back off the throttle to manipulate the end of the race and make sure that another lap is not required. The gap would be too close.
Oh, not with Estra behind you. No. You'd never.
I don't. No, the throttle only goes one way, doesn't it? with Kevin Estra behind you, and I think that Robert Kubica's throttle only goes one way as well. 9% of energy is right at the limit, isn't it? That will be capable to make it to the flag. Capable,
but tighter than you would want. Although Lena's engineer, the maths say it's fine.
Lena's comfortable with 8%.
It's tight. Yeah.
They're not even close to the level of anyone who would be making an error of that regard.
You don't want to come in with any fuel in the tank at the end of the race. You wanna push it.
Well, bearing in mind, these cars were in a fuel race. You know, up until the issue with the 51 and the 50, we were really tight between the Ferraris and that Porsche. So they couldn't afford to add extra fuel. The extra lap will put them on the limitation of all of the tolerances that they've put in that car. It should be comfortable. 14 seconds now at the front. Estra second quicker last time around, but less than 7 kilometers to go as Kubica passes the GT traffic on the way down the Mulsanne straight.
Still not really backing off. Still not taking it comfortably. Fans around the track now gathering because, for the most part, the back at the circuit here, this will be the last time they see that lead car, and not a full slowdown lap any longer at the Le Mans 24 Hours. It instantly gets closed off and actually then allows access for people to then start running up towards the podium if you fancy running from Mulsanne all the way up to the podium.
Well, in an iconic era, an iconic brand have dominated the Le Mans 24 Hours. They've dominated this season of hypercar racing, and they find themselves once again dominating the standings here in Le Mans. But it's in privateer hands that Ferrari will take the prancing horse once more to the line of the 24 Hours. And what a drive it's been, Ben, from the 83.
Over 3.5 hours Robert Kubica has been in this car since he began this stint, in and out of the pits every 40 minutes to get the car serviced. And unlike the red cars, he seems to have had a trouble-free run. Concerns on the 50, concerns for the 51 about the reliability of their car, and that has eventually conceded Porsche with a runner-up spot. But Robert Kubica, Yiffy Ye and Phil Hansen are going to be victorious at Le Mans. It's a pole for the first time on the top step of the podium, and a Chinese driver on the top step of the podium for the first time. Congratulations, AF Corsa and Ferrari. 3 times in a row victors of the Le Mans 24 Hours. And by what? 14 seconds over the number 6 Porsche. Estra is going to be so gutted at the end of it. Great news for Porsche, full points in the championship, a great recovery drive, but only 14 seconds off victory. There is the 51 and the 50 coming over the line. Relief, no doubt, in the garage of AF Corsa for those two. Such a shame to miss out on a 1, 2, 3. And celebrations down there in GT3 as well, as the Manthey team celebrate the 112th class victory and a second GT3 victory. Richard Leeds, on his 17th Le Mans start, takes another class victory here. Waiting for LMP2 to come across the line as well. That is going to be a massive relief for inter-Europol competition. Looked for about 5 minutes that they had thrown it all away with a penalty, but a slowing VDS Panis racing car allowed Nick Yelly to catch them back out. And on his debut at Le Mans, alongside Tom Dillman and Jacek Szymowski, they have taken victory into Europole for the second time in 3 years. Last year it was second, and they're back on the top step once again.
Le Mans took it away from them and then gave it back.
Yeah, proud and thanks to everyone in the team.
Let's not forget that Ye Yifei also grew up here at Le Mans. We've said it before, but this is as much a home race circuit for him as racing anywhere in China. He learned to drive around the streets of the medieval city. And now he has raced the most iconic race and finished first. Has it been a strategic... Oh, they are doing a full lap, okay. Changes every year.
Grande Bebeto, 5 years after the DNF, mate. 5 years after the DNF, you did it, we did it. You won the 24 Hours of Le Mans, mate. Enjoy, congrats.
No reaction from Robert Kubica there. He has taken victory in this hypercar last year around Kota. He's also still on the podium this year in Qatar. And in the LMP2 category has been second twice. Been on the podium, but missed out that victory. The 5 years was back in 2021. Quite sure why they're referencing that from Team WRT. Perhaps engineer and Kubica relationship. And there's the celebrations down into Europole. Because for them also, that heartache, that relief, all within about 15 minutes, Lena. You felt that before.
Oh, yeah. It's such a relief because you've done the 24 hours, but to get that achievement, I can't tell you how huge it is. Sometimes it actually doesn't really sink in until months later.
It has been a long 24 hours, but enjoyable. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy. Grazie mille. Grazie tutti.
Well, the marshals make their way onto the circuit. The car's doing a full lap around the Circuit de la Sarthe, a parade of enjoyment and this festival of motorsport. Join us in a few moments' time for the podium ceremonies here at Circuit de la Sarthe.